Okay, good. So we have the marginal cost, we'll call it as, right? Marginal cost like this one, which is obtained by how? Which is obtained by taking the derivative of this, like this one. This is the marginal cost, and we have taken this one, right? Which is, technically speaking, what we are doing, we are taking the differentiation d of cx, right, divided by d of x. This is what, according to the definition, this is what we are going to do here. हमने ये किया था. So in order to get the marginal cost, we take the derivative, which is calculated by using this dcx by dx. This is what we have done, right? And now we have calculated a particular value which we obtained out of it. Now somebody has said that in place of taking the derivative, I have calculated the change in the cost like this one. That c, this is the function cx, and what they have done, they have taken like c bracket x2 minus c bracket x1, and then they have calculated this difference. And what they have noticed, that when they calculated this marginal cost with this cx2 minus cx1, the answer in this case and in this case is slightly different. So answer in this case is different. Can anybody out of you recall what is the answer for this marginal cost?
20.
2019.
Marginal cost value.
Marginal cost 20, sir.
Okay. Yes. So what is the marginal cost value that you obtained in this case? It's 20.
20, sir, 20.
20. And when you take the difference in the cost, then how much you get? 19.5.
5.
5.
Okay, 0.5, 19.50, for example. Now, somebody is saying that the values are not equal. Somebody is saying that there is a discrepancy. Somebody is saying there is an error. So these are the 3-4 terms which we obtained. Now let me clear this concept, that according to the definition, marginal cost, which is you getting, is actually approximately equal to the change. May not be exact value, it's an approximate value, but this approximation is quite near to the actual value. Here in this case you have seen that the actual cost is 19.50. However, the marginal cost that we obtained is coming out to be 20, which is quite near to the actual value. So the differentiation, what does it say is that whenever you calculate the marginal revenue or the marginal cost or marginal profit or any marginality in the function, by taking the differentiation, this is very much near to the exact value. So do remember that you will not get the same answer. However, you will get the very near and very equal and very what I would call it as equivalent answer to this, because this is an approximation, not the exact value. So please do not get confused by saying that this is wrong or this is not matching each other. They will not meet. However, they are quite near to each other. The values are quite near to each other. Now, in order to elaborate this example, let me take one more example. Let me take one more question on marginal cost, and I hope that will clarify your doubts further. So just give me 1 minute. I will open up my PowerPoint presentation, whereby you will get another question, and then we will discuss it.
Is this slide visible to all of you?
Yes,
Is this
sir.
Yes, sir.
okay? I request all of you to kindly have a patience for another 5 minutes. If in case if you have any question or any doubt, आप 5 मिनट बस थोड़ा पेशेंटली मेरा जो मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ वो सुने. And I hope that after 5 minutes you are able to get all your questions answered properly. Kindly refer to the PowerPoint presentation which is here in front of you, and what you will see the change in the value of the cost, cx plus 1 minus cx, right? This is the change in the value of the cost, whereby if you see c dash x is the
First derivative, that is the marginal cost, that is a differentiation of the cost function. And see the sign. This sign is a sign of approximation. So what it will explains you, it explains that the marginal value, the marginal cost is approximately equal to the change in the value. Now let me elaborate this point with the help of an example.
मैं इस पॉइंट को जो भी आपके सामने इक्वेशन की फॉर्म में रखा गया है, let me elaborate this point with the help of the numerical question, and that will help you to further understand this thing.
Kindly refer to this question. I'm just increasing the font size so that you will get it better. Yeah. Are you able to read this question?
Yes, sir.
Are you okay? Just read this question.
So what is given in this question? In this question, the cost function is given. The cost function of what? The cost function of manufacturing electric guitars.
And the cost function is given as 1000 plus 100x minus 0.25 x square. This is the cost function that is given to us. Now the manager of the production house would like to answer the following questions.
First question is, what is the exact cost of manufacturing 51st guitar? That if I am manufacturing 51st guitar, that is after 51st, what is the actual cost of manufacturing?
So actual cost of manufacturing of 51st guitar. So how do you proceed with this? Suppose that you don't want to apply differentiation. आप differentiation apply नहीं करना चाहते. You just wanted to calculate the cost of the 51st guitar. Any idea from your side?
C51 minus C50.
Right. So what I will do, मैं 51st total cost of manufacturing 51 guitars निकालूंगा, and then I subtract it with the total cost of manufacturing 50 guitars. So total cost of 51 minus total cost of 50. That will help me to elaborate this point. I will change this slide. Maybe that will elaborate further what exactly I want to tell you. आप इसको देखें, ऊपर वाले पोर्शन को सिर्फ देखें पहले. Now if you see the upper portion, what is here? Somebody have rightly said 51 total cost of manufacturing 51 guitar, C51. Total cost of manufacturing 50th guitar, 50 guitar is this one. So C51 minus C50 give you 74.75. So actually we are getting $74.75 as a cost of manufacturing 51st guitar. So cost of manufacturing 51st guitar. Is this calculation clear? A part of the question?
Yes, sir, no doubt.
Okay. Let me check this value with the help of
the value of differentiation. Now, if I want, like, second part is use the marginal cost and check it with what is the marginal cost of 51st guitar. The same concept, change in cost. What is the marginal cost of 51st guitar? In order to calculate the marginal cost, we have taken the differentiation. Now see the cost function 1000 plus 100x minus 0.25 x square. तो बताया जरा सा इसका डिफरेंशिएशन क्या होगा? Yes.
Minus 0.5x.
1000 का 0 हो जाएगा. 100x का क्या हो जाएगा?
100 minus
0.5x.
Minus
100
0.25 into 2x.
Minus 2 into 0.25x.
So what is the differentiation? The differentiation is 100 minus 0.5x. Are you all agree with this? Are you all able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This especially for those who are learning the differentiation for the first time. मेरा फोकस उन लोगों पर है जो डिफरेंशिएशन पहली बार देख रहे हैं या कर रहे हैं. क्या आप इस बात को समझ रहे हैं कि हम इसका डिफरेंशिएशन कैसे निकालेंगे? क्योंकि ये स्टेप 1 है. अगर ये अभी समझ में नहीं आया डिफरेंशिएशन तो फिर आप आगे नहीं कर पाएंगे. I hope that all of you are with me when I'm saying that you are able to calculate the differentiation. अगर किसी को कोई confusion है तो please seek clarification.
Sir, I'm so very lost.
Where? Lost in where?
Sir, I just can't understand it.
What? Like
The
for example.
steps. The
Okay.
steps.
Okay. First is what is given in the question? Yes. Yes. Please tell me what is given in the question.
The cost of producing X electric guitars.
Okay. The cost is given, which is given in the form of
Yes.
cost function. Okay.
Yes.
Can you repeat the cost function? What is the cost function?
Cx is equal to 1000 plus 100x minus 0.25x square.
This is a cost function. What do we want to calculate? Now come to the question. What do we want to calculate?
The cost of producing 51st guitar.
51st guitar. What is the cost? So what is our approach? Approach is calculate the total cost of manufacturing 51 guitar. Okay. Now
Yes.
how do I calculate the total cost of manufacturing 51 guitar? I will put the value of x equal to 51.
51.
So I in the cost function I have put x is equal to 51. Now calculate the total cost of manufacturing 50 guitar. So from 51 to 50 guitar, total cost.
Now in order to calculate the total cost of 50 guitar, replace x equal to 50.
50.
Okay. Now repeat in your language. What do you get first?
अपनी लैंग्वेज बताइए. What do you get
Cost
first?
of
Total
cost of
cost.
producing 51st.
Total cost of producing 51 guitar.
51 guitar.
And then next, total cost of manufacturing 50 guitar.
So
If you take the difference,
Sir, your voice has stuck.
so you're not audible.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
if you take the difference, cost of 51 minus cost of 50, you will get the answer of the first part. Arma, is this point clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's move to the second part. Calculate the marginal cost of 51st guitar. And what I have explained you, that marginal cost is actually the approximate value of the 51st guitar which you have calculated in part 1. अब हम ये चेक कर रहे हैं कि पार्ट 1 में जो हमने कैलकुलेट किया था और जो पार्ट 2 में कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं वो कंसेप्चुअली तो सेम है. वहां पर हमने निकाला 51st द कॉस्ट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग 51st गिटार, और हम यहाँ कह रहे हैं उसी को हमने रीफ्रेज कर दिया एंड वी आर सेइंग marginal cost of manufacturing 51st guitar, but conceptually it is the same. Now the moment we use the word marginal, जैसे ही आपने word marginal यूज किया, the point is very clear that we have to take the differentiation.
now tell me this, are you able to calculate the differentiation of this 1000 plus 100x minus 0.25x square? यहाँ तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है differentiation में.
No, sir. Like after replacing the value of x, there is no problem in solving it.
No, I'm not asking about placing the value of x. I'm saying, are you able to calculate the differentiation of the cost function? If I ask you to find out the differentiation of the cost function, are you able to do so?
No, sir. I don't think I am.
Why? Let me help you out in doing so. 1000. What is the differentiation of 1000?
Sir, it's a constant value, so it would be 0.
0, good. Then 100x. So 100x means 100 will remain as it is, and then
Yes, sir.
x raised to the power 0. So x raised to the power 0 will become 1. So 100. So this will remain 100.
Yes.
Minus 0.25 will remain as it is. And differentiation of x square will become 2x.
Right.
So if you do so, then it will get 100 minus 0.25 into 2, that is 0.50. So 100 minus 0.5x.
Right.
The same what we have done. I will show you. Is this the same?
Yes, sir, it
Yes.
is.
It is. So now we want to calculate the cost of manufacturing producing 51st guitar, marginal cost of manufacturing. So we put the value 50, right? We'll get 75. We'll get the 75.
Right. So it's understood. Thank you.
Okay. Now this is to all. How do you interpret the answer? Interpretation of the answer is very important. देखिए ये जो value calculate हो रही है, this can be calculated with the help of computer program. This can be calculated with the help of any software or any system. But as a manager, our job is to interpret the result. Our job is not to calculate. Our assistant can calculate. Our system can calculate. But if somebody, for example, your accountant has placed this data in front of you, that the marginal cost of 50th item is coming out to be $75. Now you have to attach interpretation to this answer. So what do you think? What is the interpretation of this? Anybody? What is the interpretation?
Sir, I have a question.
Please tell me, Sia.
सर ये C-50 क्यों लिखा है हमने सेकंड में? हमें तो 51st गिटार का फाइंड करना है ना.
अब वही तो इंटरप्रिटेशन में आएगा. वही चीज तो मैंने आपसे कहा कि इंटरप्रेट द रिजल्ट. Zishan has marked the right point.
सर
He is saying that
अगर हम एडिशनल यूनिट सर प्रोड्यूस करेंगे तो उसका कॉस्ट जो है 75 आएगा. इसका सर ये मतलब है.
The interpretation of this, that if you exceed the production from 50th unit, then the next unit will be manufactured by incurring a cost of $75. So by marginality is this, that if you calculate the marginal cost at 50, that means over and above 250 per unit cost will become $75.
So Zishan, we put 50 because we want to check the level at which the cost will this. So by placing 50 means that if that next unit is of
$75. If you put it 51 here, then it is a marginal cost of 52th guitar. अगर आप x को 51 रख देंगे, तो that means जो आप marginal cost निकाल रहे हैं वो 52th guitar की निकालेंगे. That means in simple language that if you increase the production level from 50th, the next unit cost is $75, which is quite near to the part 1, that is the exact cost of manufacturing the 51st guitar, which is coming out to be 74.75. So 74.75 is approximately equal to $75. That is the interpretation. I hope I am able to make you understand this point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
The more question you solve, more clarification you will get it out on your own. Inshallah, if time permits, I will discuss it further also. This is another question where the total cost of printing the X dictionaries are given to you. This is a cost function, 20,000 plus 10x. And then the similar question, calculate the marginal cost. Marginal revenue. All these are, there's a long list of such type of questions. So I will give you a question sheet on marginal cost, marginal revenue. You solve it on your own, and then I will take a doubt clearing session whereby we will discuss all your doubts. Calculating the marginal cost, marginal revenue, marginal profit.
सर आई एम सॉरी, लेकिन इस वाले क्वेश्चन में तो डिफरेंशिएशन की जरूरत नहीं लग रही कुछ. फॉर एवरेज कॉस्ट पर तो हम सिंपली 20,000 प्लस 10 into 1000 करके अपॉन 1000 कर देंगे ना इसमें तो.
Right. This is the first part of the question. Now, this is the first part which you are saying. See the second part. This is the second part. The average marginal average cost at a production level of 1000, and interpret the result. So, in order to address this answer, in order to give the answer of this question, we have to go for differentiation. This one, differentiation.
Yes sir. Thank you.
This one. See this solution.
Sir, please show the previous slide where the equation is mentioned.
Okay. Are you able to see the slide now? Total cost function?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then the next slide. This one.
Yes sir, it's clear.
Okay. So with this, yeah. Fine. So then the approaches, because we have to move ahead and we have to discuss another, other areas of application. So I would like to restrict my discussion on this marginal cost, marginal revenue up till here. I will share with you the question sheet, and then I will ask you to solve those. And then if you have any doubt, any question, I will address one by one. Okay. So let me move ahead and talk about something or another area of application of differentiation, which is very, very important for all of us to understand. So dear student, as I have already discussed, that differentiation has a lot of applications for business organization, for business managers. One application is the knowing the value of marginality, which is there in front of you. We have another area where differentiation is used. But before I tell you that area, there are few concepts which I would like to clarify regarding the differentiation. कि differentiation हम जो करते हैं actually हमें क्या देता है? What actually it gives us? So the point here is that before I move ahead to the next area, few concepts regarding differentiation which I have already discussed. Now, what are those concepts which that I would like to brief? Just give me 1 minute. So I hope my word file is visible to all of you. I'm talking about the applications of derivative.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about the applications of derivative, where the first one is marginality, which I have discussed with you. Let me focus to another important area, which we call as maximization, maximum, that is calculating the maximum value, maximum and minimum. this is very important point. The second important application which I would like to focus on is knowing the maximum value and the minimum value. किसी भी फंक्शन की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू और मिनिमम वैल्यू निकालना, and at which point it attains the maximum and the minimum value, is a very important area of application in business organizations. Why? I hope you understand. Because we have a lot of functions like we want to know the maximum profit. We want to know the maximum profit maximum. We want to know cost minimization, cost minimum. So there are different occasions where as a manager we want to know the maximum profit or at which point the profit will attain its maximum value. Similarly with cost and similarly with other functions. So it's a very common phenomena. This phenomena will be addressed maximum and minimum by with the help of differentiation.
How do I get the maximum and the minimum value? For that purpose, few things which is very important. Dy by dx is the expression which we all know. This expression also helps us in calculating the slope of the tangent. Slope of the tangent, which is nothing but y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This all we have discussed it several times with you. This is what we have. So y2 minus y1. This important thing is needs to be understood here. This one. x2 minus so as you all know that when we talk about differentiation dy by dx, one of the important interpretation of differentiation is that it gives you the slope of the tangent, which is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. अब ये स्लोप जो टेंजेंट का है ये हमें बहुत कुछ बताने में मदद करेगा. It will help you a lot in maximum and minimum. Even the entire discussion of calculating the maximum minimum revolves around knowing the tangent. जैसे इससे पहले वाले कंसेप्ट में knowing the marginality पूरा कोर कंसेप्ट था कि मार्जिनल के इर्द गिर्द सारा डिस्कशन घूम रहा था. यहाँ पे मार्जिनल की जगह स्लोप के इर्द गिर्द सारा डिस्कशन घूमता है. स्लोप कैसे कैलकुलेट होता है और स्लोप का क्या यूज होता है, दैट इज द कोर आइडिया ऑफ डिस्कशन अबाउट मैक्सिमम मिनिमम. ओके, नाउ द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ दिस मेथड इज दैट नोइंग द मैक्सिमम मिनिमम इज अ स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसीजर. ये एक स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसीजर है. यू हैव टू फॉलो द स्टेप एंड यू विल गेट योर आंसर. इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड द स्टेप एंड इफ यू फॉलो देम प्रॉपर्ली देन यू विल गेट योर आंसर इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द नेचर ऑफ प्रॉब्लम. चाहे प्रॉब्लम एचआर की हो, चाहे प्रॉब्लम मार्केटिंग की हो, चाहे प्रॉब्लम किसी भी एरिया की हो, if you are interested in knowing the maximum minimum value, you have to follow a step by step procedure. Now this step by step procedure is represented as I told you that we are going to apply differentiation. Which differentiation? First differentiation. That is the differentiation that we have performed for the first time. We call it as first derivative. So knowing the maximum and minimum, we perform a test which is popularly known as first derivative test. तो अब जो मैं आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ वो एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट सिंपल, बहुत ही सिंपल लेकिन बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग और बड़ा स्टेप बाय स्टेप प्रोसीजर है which we call as first derivative test. So I request all of you to please focus your attention on first derivative test. Try to see these steps, and then when we perform the tests, you will get the answer. You will get your answers. Stop me in between if you have any problem. Stop me in between if you have any clarification, any doubt. And my focus is on those who are learning for the concept of differentiation for the first time. जो पहली बार इसको देख रहे हैं उन पर फोकस ज़्यादा है क्योंकि उनके लिए ये पहली और बड़ी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है इस कंसेप्ट को समझने की. ओके, which is going to help you a lot in your entire course of management, in your entire course of MBA program. Let me focus on that. First derivative. First. We have the function x equal to some value. We have right? What we need to do is here, this is what we have. So a function first derivative we apply
According to the step-by-step procedure of a derivative test, we have steps. First, what is the first step? Calculate the derivative of the function. Calculate the derivative of the function. So you have fx. According to this step, you have fx. You calculate the derivative. आप उसका क्या करोगे? आप derivative निकालो f, right? You take the derivative of this function, f dash x, what you are calculating. So you have the function fx, and you are taking the first derivative, which is f dash x. So we have this. Now let's move to step 2 of this.
So your mic has gone on mute.
Your mic seems to be muted. Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. Step 1 is we have the differentiation, and I'm saying we calculate the derivative,
and this derivative will give you the slope. Now, what is the point? The point here is that we are getting the slope of the tangent, and we are determining the point of
maximization or the minimization. Now, remember the point that if it is a point of maximum or minimum, अगर ये maximum और minimum का point है, तो उस point पर slope जो होगा tangent का वो हमेशा 0 होगा.
The point at which the function attains its maximum or the minimum, at that point of time, the slope of the tangent will always be equal to 0.
So definitely, when it is 0, we put it f dash x is equal to 0. So we have this one. First step, take the derivative. Second step, put f dash equal to 0 and calculate the values of x. Calculate the values of x. So if we have any function, suppose we have the function as we have done in the previous case, fx. पुराना वाला ही फंक्शन लेते हैं जो ऊपर था. एक फंक्शन ले लेते हैं, अभी मैंने आपको दिखाया था वो फंक्शन मैं लेता हूँ. ये ले. try to take this function, right? Try to understand the problem with the help of this function 1000 and this. Now we take the slope, we take the derivative. अगर मैं इसका derivative लूँगा इस function का, तो how much this is? 100 minus 0.5. Are you all together up till here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have this one. Now put it equal to 0 and determine the value of x. So what we need to do here is we put it equal to 0. अब हम इसको 0 के बराबर रख देंगे. So if I put
200.
हाँ. So I would put it equal to 0. So this will become 100. हाँ, 100 minus 0.5 x equal to 0. And from here x is coming out to be how much it is?
200.
200.
200.
This comes out to be 200. Now that's very interesting. So the step number 1 is
200.
we have step number 1 is take the derivative, which is 100 minus 5. Step number 2, put it equal to 0 and that gives you x is equal to 200. I hope you understand that why do we put it equal to 0? हम 0 के बराबर क्यों रख रहे हैं इसको? Because the slope of the tangent at the point of maximum or the point of minimum is always equal to 0. So I put it here equal to 0. Now step 3 is very important. Step 3. Yes. Choose any two values of x. Choose two values of x. That is x1 and x2. हमें क्या करना है? हमें x की कोई दो वैल्यू लेनी है, which we termed it as x1 and x2. Now what are these two values? The only condition to x1 and x2 is that one value is less than 200 and the other value is more than 200. And the two values are quite near to each other. They are not very far. They are very near to each other. So हम दो values को ले लेंगे. So we put हमने दो value, for example we choose to x1 equal to हमने ले लिया 199 and x2 we have taken as 201.
201.
So we have chosen two values where x1 is 199 and x2 is 201. We have taken two values, and after taking these two values, what we need to do, determine the value of f dash x at these two values. So step 4 is determine what? Determine f dash x. This f dash x. That is determine at x1 and that is आपको इसकी वैल्यू निकाली है. that what does it mean? ये जो f dash x था, आप एक बार इसमें यहाँ पे x1 रखेंगे. that is you need to put x equal to 199 and then you put another value 201. So you have to calculate the values of f dash x at x1 and x2. What is f dash x? F dash x is this. तो इसको मैं यहीं से कॉपी कर लेता हूँ ताकि आपको
So just a question. We can put it in the decimal value as well, right? Or we have to take the integers only.
Yeah, no problem. You can put it in the decimal, but there is no point of putting it into decimal. Why should we? The only condition here is, remember only two conditions. x1 and x2 are left and right values of x. That is, x1 should be less than and x2 should be more than the value under consideration. And how far it is possible, try to choose the value which are near to x. यानी एक वैल्यू x के लेफ्ट साइड पे हो लेकिन क्लोज हो और एक वैल्यू x के राइट साइड पे हो लेकिन क्लोज हो. So that is the reason that I have chosen 199 and 201. कोई कहे कि सर मैं 195 रखना चाहता हूँ और 2010 रखना चाहता हूँ, वो भी रख सकता है. कोई कहे कि मैं 100 रखना चाहता हूँ और 1000 रखना चाहता हूँ, वो भी रख सकता है. लेकिन रूल इज कि नियर वैल्यूज रखी जाती हैं. सो आई हैव चूजन 199 and I have chosen 2001. Can anybody out of you? Yeah, can anybody out of tell me?
The 0.5. 199
Yep,
f dash.
0.5 and minus 0.5 in case of 201.
Let's okay. Just hold for a minute. Just hold for a minute. I will just note down your answers. What you are saying to me. What exactly you are getting out of it. Yes. How much is the value at f dash 199?
0.5.
0.5. 0.5. ठीक है. Good. और 201 पे कितनी आ रही है वैल्यू?
Minus
Minus
0.5.
1.5.
Minus 1. Now that's minus. Now I request all of you to kindly look into this. Kindly look into this. What do you obtain? We obtain that there is a change in the value of f dash x from 199 to 2001. Change नजर आ रहा है? 0.5 से minus 0.5 हुआ है. And that changes from, अब magnitude को छोड़ दीजिए, सिर्फ direction को देखिए. That is value को छोड़ दीजिए, plus minus देखिए. The answer changes from plus to minus. The answer changes from plus to minus. That is the slope changes from plus to minus. अब सोचिए जरा, आप इस बात को जरा विजुअलाइज करिए कि स्लोप पॉजिटिव से नेगेटिव हो रहा है एट x इज इक्वल टू 200 के आसपास. यानी जब हमने 200 के कम एक वैल्यू ली तो उस पर स्लोप पॉजिटिव था, 0.5 प्लस 0.5 था. और जब हमने दूसरी वैल्यू बराबर में ली 2001 तो स्लोप का डायरेक्शन चेंज हो गया और वो माइनस 0.5 हो गया, निगेटिव हो गया. दैट इज एंगल, जो एंगल है वो चेंज हो गया. और कैसे चेंज हो गया? वो एक्यूट एंगल से ऑब्ट्यूज एंगल बन गया. अगर आपको याद हो थोड़ा बहुत, किसी ने मुझसे पूछा भी था कि सर ट्रिग्नोमेट्री में कहाँ से आप इसको बताएंगे, तो वो एंगल कहाँ से क्या चेंज हुआ कि पॉजिटिव का मतलब ये है कि एक्यूट एंगल था, 90 से कम था, और निगेटिव का मतलब ये है कि एंगल 90 से ज्यादा हो गया, ऑब्ट्यूज हो गया. ऐसा जब चेंज होगा, ये चेंज जब भी पॉसिबल है वहीं पे हो सकता है जहां पर वैल्यू मैक्सिमम हो. दैट इज 200 पॉइंट इज अ पॉइंट ऑफ पीक. इट इज अ पॉइंट वेयर द फंक्शन अटेन्स इट्स मैक्सिमम वैल्यू. So what is this? That if
The depreciation, like the value is getting decreased. It can, like if we increase the value, then there is a possibility that the companies can face losses.
yes, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Yes, hello. Yes, Pratika, you are asking something?
Yes, sir.
So I was saying, like you said that 200 is the maximum value. So I was saying that if we increase the cost after that, after like if we increase the cost,
No, let me.
then there's a cost.
Pratika,
Yes,
just
sir.
let me clarify. I have not said that 200 is the maximum value. Please try to understand. I have said that at 200, at x is equal to 200, fx attains its maximum value. सपोज करिए fx कॉस्ट फंक्शन होता तो मैं ये कहता कि x इज इक्वल टू 200 पर कॉस्ट अपनी मैक्सिमम वैल्यू लेगा. मैक्सिमम वैल्यू नहीं है वो पॉइंट है जहां पर मैक्सिमम वैल्यू होगी. आई होप यू गेट द पॉइंट.
Yes, sir. But I was saying that after if we increase the value, then there is a possibility that the graph is getting depreciated. So if we increase more value after that, then the company can face losses. I was just pointing out this thing.
See, Kritika, if we make any change, definitely the situation get changed. Right now, what we can infer is, हम ये जानना चाह रहे थे कि वो कौन सा पॉइंट होगा जहां पर फंक्शन मैक्सिमम वैल्यू हासिल करेगा, अटेन करेगा. हमने उसके लिए फर्स्ट डेरिवेटिव टेस्ट लगाया और हमें ये पता चला कि वो पॉइंट 200 है. क्यों हमने ऐसा कहा? वो इसलिए पाया कि हमने जब उसके आसपास 2 पॉइंट्स चूज करे तो हमने देखा कि स्लोप जो है वो लेफ्ट से राइट में पॉजिटिव से नेगेटिव हो रहा है, यानी एंगल जो है वो एक्यूट से ऑब्ट्यूज चेंज हो रहा है टेंजेंट का. ये इस बात का इंडिकेशन था हमारे लिए, ये इस बात का कंक्लूजन था हमारे लिए कि x is equal to 200 is a point of maximum. That's the same I am writing it down here. If the value, remark note कर लीजिए सब लोग. There's a very important remark, last line.
Sir, you are not audible.
Kindly just read this remark which I have just mentioned on my word file. Is this
Sir,
I
remark?
think the condition
sir,
that you
उल्टा
have written is
उल्टा हुआ.
wrong, I think.
Yes sir, ये रिवर्स होगा सर इसका.
पॉजिटिव टू नेगेटिव होना चाहिए, अभी नेगेटिव टू पॉजिटिव कर दिया है.
चलिए,
यस सर, इसमें नेगेटिव रिलेशन आ गया.
रिलेशन नहीं, रिलेशन वर्ड नहीं, स्लोप. स्लोप जो होता है टेंजेंट का वो पॉजिटिव से नेगेटिव अगर हो रहा है. चलिए, मैं इससे ये आइडिया हुआ कि आप लोग सब सुन रहे हैं. यू आर एबल, यू आर अवेक एंड यू आर लिसनिंग इट केयरफुली. So changes from positive to negative, then it is vice versa, then it is maximum. और vice versa क्या मतलब है? If it is opposite, that is from negative to positive,
Negative
it
to
is,
positive.
then it is
Point of minima and point of maximum.
yeah. अब especially my focus on those who have seen this method for the first time. The house is open for you to seek clarification. कोई भी डाउट, जितने स्टेप्स मैंने बताए हैं, मैं एक बार क्विकली रिवाइज कर रहा हूँ स्टेप्स को. आप स्टेप्स को देखिए, कहीं भी आपको लग रहा है फर्स्ट स्टेप टेक द डेरिवेटिव, क्लियर है. सेकंड स्टेप पुट इक्वल टू 0, क्लियर है. यहाँ पर 0 क्यों रख रहे हैं हम, 1 क्यों नहीं रख रहे हैं हम, 2 क्यों नहीं रख रहे हैं, व्हाई नॉट 1 और 2, व्हाई ओनली 0?
No sir, actually sir, at the minimum and maximum position, if the tangent is drawn, that comes out to be parallel to the x-axis, and the slope of the x-axis is treated to be 0.
बहुत सिंपल लैंग्वेज. अगर हम उस पॉइंट पे टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करेंगे तो उसका स्लोप 0 होगा. वो जो इन्होंने अभी कहा कि वो इट इज पैरेलल, तो पैरेलल मींस एंगल मेड बाय द टेंजेंट इज 0. दैट इज द रीजन
tan 0 is equal to 0.
ठीक है, बस हम सिंपल लैंग्वेज रख रहे हैं, ज्यादा टेक्निकल उसमें नहीं जा रहे. तो स्लोप 0 होगा बस. So f dash equal to 0. Step 2. Then what we have done after putting f dash equal to 0, we obtained value of x. हमें x की वैल्यू मिल गई which is 200. Now the third step is very important. Choose two values which are near to x and on both the side of x, that is left and right. We have called it as x1 and x2. And then from there, this is the example, x1 and this one. So what is the purpose of taking two values? We would like to calculate the value of f dash x. So f dash x at 199 and f dash x is 201. उन पे वैल्यू रख के हमने कैलकुलेट करा, and then we observe the change in the sign. In this question,